In every one of my designs there is a requirement for creating long joints. These can vary from 12 inches to 8 feet and more. The spread is greater and therefore accuracy is very important. Included in the Dowelmax kit is an accessory for that purpose, and again accuracy within thousandths of an inch is maintained. You have our personal guarantee that this joint is stronger and more accurate than biscuits, poker holes or the Festool domino. Let's get started. Now the accessory I'm referring to is what we call the extended distance gauge. This is adjustable. The head moves along the distance gauge rod to any length requirement. For this particular job it's a bit longer, so I'm using what we call the extended distance gauge. It's just the same head with a longer rod, 1/4 inch diameter. Now we begin this by the usual procedure. Place your two work pieces together, you're going to join. Now these are the outside and reference faces, and these are the two reference ends. So we put two check marks on there, two check marks on there, and X on the surfaces to be drilled. Now I've already drilled these to save time. I will prepare this one and show you the last two. There we take. Now Dowelmax, this stock is 7/8 thick. So if you recall the simple formula, half thickness minus 3/8. So half of 7/8 is 7/16, minus 3/8 is 1/16. So we install 2/16 washers between the reference bracket and the reference block, and that will center us directly on this 7/8 timber. Now remember the check mark is here and the check mark is there. We install this like so, and this check mark on the end of the block goes to the check mark there. And what we do is we clamp it, and we avoid the drilling number 1 because we may want to dress this end afterwards. So in this case we're drilling 2 and 3, and after we've done that we move it along, take the distance gauge, the extended distance gauge, make sure it's absolutely true both from this direction and this way. Bring the Dowelmax up here, clamp it and drill 1 and 2. Move it along to I use the last bore, make sure it's bring it along and do 1 and 2 again. Do exactly the same for this, do 1 and 2, and then we'll do the last, we'll actually show the last drilling. Make sure it's absolutely parallel. Move it snugly up against the rod. Tighten. Now in this case, for the last one, I'm not going to drill 1 and 2, I'm going to drill 4 and 5 to bring it up to a similar position at the other end. Now this all takes a few minutes, that's all that's required. And install the dowels. This will be an extremely strong and long-lasting assembly. We have no questions about that. It should all be accurate within thousandths of an inch. Now go to your check marks. There's a check mark here. There you are. An extremely strong and very accurate joint. Just some sanding required here, very little, there's a thou or so there. Nothing showing there at all. But we can dress up that end. Once that's clamped and glued, it's extremely strong.